Well, the negotiations which were taking place just the last few months, the nuclear program was only one of the three items which the United States was asking Iran to negotiate about. The other two items involved the support for their surrogates in the country and the development of their missile capabilities. So, if there was any progress made, it was made only on the first item, which was the nuclear development of nuclear weapons capabilities. I don't. The Iranians made it quite clear that they were not going to negotiate on the missile development, nor on their support for surrogates in the region. So the Iranians are the ones who said they wouldn't go beyond the nuclear issue. Well, look, the situation began to change substantially in June of last year when the Israeli forces attacked the Iranian defense capabilities, and they also attacked the surrogate Hezbollah in Lebanon. So a lot of the preparation, I mean, a lot of the destruction of capabilities which were causing trouble throughout the Middle East began to be downgraded in that June. I think we call it the 12-day war. And so the fact that we are now continuing that and building on that is, I think, is perfectly understandable. The Iranians made it clear that they weren't going to go beyond a certain very, very narrow definition of their nuclear program, and it really didn't leave any choice. Now, previously, leaders, American leaders, have turned aside when it came down to actually putting planes in the air and attacking the capabilities of the Iranians. President Trump felt differently, and he ordered the American military to step in and try to change the situation. Well, Russia and China are silent because they don't have any capability to influence the current situation. The impact of what's happening. I mean, you asked about the impact in the Middle East. Well, of course, it'll have a strategic impact in the Middle East, but it will also have a strategic impact on China and Russia. China depends on Iran to supply it with the majority of its hydrocarbon resources, and Russia simply doesn't have any assets. It's got no capability to intervene in this situation or to affect the situation. So you might say that those two situations are byproducts of the tough line that President Trump is taking with regard to the Iranian. Well, first of all, I haven't seen the reports that you're talking about in terms of attacks on Oman. Oman has long been a neutral country with regard to Iran and has intervened in many circumstances, including between the United States and Iran. I'm sorry, sent missiles or drones towards Oman? Yeah, okay. I just haven't seen that. I don't think there's any central control. There's no command and control, effective command and control in Iran right now. So it's highly possible that those who are in charge of sending those drones out sent them to Oman. I don't think it makes a statement one way or the other about Oman's role. I think the Hezbollah attack on Israel is completely not in the interests of Hezbollah. Hezbollah has been weakened, and the Israelis are going to make sure that they don't have any real capability after they have attacked Israel. It's a big mistake on the part of Hezbollah. So I wouldn't want to be the commanders of Hezbollah, because the Israelis are going to make sure that they don't have any capability after this conflict is over. Well, I think for the same reason that I was discussing with regard to Hezbollah, the Houthis have been attacked by both the United States and Israel for their aggressive behavior with regard to ships in the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean. It's highly possible that the Houthis understand that if they were to join the fight now, they would be they would be the recipient of the same kind of military pressure that is going to be applied, that is being applied to Hezbollah. I mean, don't forget, the Houthis are not anywhere close to have the capability that's close to Hezbollah. The Houthis are a really just a militia bound to Iran by the fact that Iran supplies it with these missiles. And as far as I know, a lot of the missiles, the Houthis aren't firing them; they're being fired by Iranian fighters that are in Yemen. So I think the Houthis have done the wise thing and stayed quiet. But we don't know. We also don't know how well armed the Houthis are right now, and the Iranians are not capable of sending them any more missiles or drones. We know how important the Strait of Hormuz is, especially to the economies in Asia, China, South Korea, Japan. And so obviously any disruption of the petroleum hydrocarbon resources coming out of the Gulf is going to be a major factor in those economies. From information that I've seen, the IRGC has threatened to close, and that has scared much of the shipping, much of commercial shipping through the Gulf. And if you look at the maps of the actual disposition of the ships, many of the ships going through the Gulf yesterday and today simply I don't think so. The United States and other other hydrocarbon producers have enough excess capacity to, in the short run, now in the long run, no, in the short run, to make up for whatever short supplies there are as a result of passage through the strait. But if you're saying well, I don't think that we'll have to pressure the Trump administration to open the straits. The Trump administration will open the straits if there is an effective closure, if there's some sort of military forced closure. But right now, the cargoes are simply not going through because they're afraid that they'll get hijacked. They're afraid that they'll get sunk. And so this is maybe this is the first indication of what's going to happen in the strait. But if the Iranians try, if the IRGC were to try to actually close the strait by attacking any of our ships, by attacking any other ships that are going through there, I can guarantee you almost that the United States Navy will open the strait and protect ships going through it. So I don't see that would be a big problem for President Trump. He'll understand when it's time to do that.